If everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead. What do I give a
Hello, my people, and welcome back again to another interesting video. She said, if everybody wants it, so be it. If everybody wants to bring slavery back, if that is what they want, she doesn't care. And is giving because she feels like slavery is not going to affect her, it's only going to affect Black people. So there was a conversation going on about politics in this podcast, and they were just talking about abortion. And she was like, a child, when once a child is conceived, immediately the child, you cannot just abort the child. Pro-life and pro-choice kind of conversation was going on. And then this guy was like asking, okay, if anybody in Alabama wanted slavery back, would you be okay with that? And she was like, why not? Since everybody wants it, why won't I not be okay with it? Let me show you some reaction on this video, and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video. But then I'd like to know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always.
If everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead.
Did you know Black women were not able to file rape charges against white men until 1861? Did you also know that the rape of a Black woman by any man was considered legal in some of the states until 1950s, around there? That's not even too long ago. And when rape itself officially became illegal, it was still not a crime to rape a Black woman in some states. So you're telling me that if everyone in whatever state wants that back, you're telling me that they should have that back? That's what I'm understanding from whatever it is that you just said. Let's even go a little further. Did you know that Black people weren't allowed to attend desegregated schools until 1954? Let me clarify. 1954 is when the law was passed, but schools still remained segregated until, 1968, which isn't even that long ago. That's just like 56 years ago. I'm sure you're familiar with all the rest of the issues, but what you have to understand is that this is still a fresh issue for us, right? Some of our parents have gone through this period, right? And it wasn't pretty. And some of us still deal with that today, right? So for you to say that if states want to bring slavery back, that they should, is, I don't even have the words.
If everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure.
If you go back and you watch that whole clip, like the reason why she's so indifferent to something like the institution of slavery coming back in full force is because she genuinely believes that slavery does not apply to her. When she thinks slavery, she thinks Black people. She thinks those people over there. And the reason why we cannot progress and move forward as a society is because people are constantly dismissive to issues that they think only affects other people. And they don't have the intellectual ability to understand how it affects them too. This is literally the same thing that happened during slavery. Okay? Only 25% of the white South population owned slaves. What were the other 75% doing? What she doesn't realize is that if slavery comes back full force, and she's like, sure, I don't care. What does it have to do with me? Okay, well, when these corporations say, oh, nice, free labor, so I don't have to hire you and I don't have to pay you a living wage because I can just get free labor off of the backs of these people, where are you going to end up, Bookie? Who's going to pay your bills? You're going to be poor. That's what's going to happen is poverty. That's what already happened in slavery. The other 75% of white people were struggling and poor because they couldn't compete with a system that operated on free labor. I need people to think. I need you to think. Just because the image that comes in your brain when it comes to slavery is those people over there doesn't mean it's not going to affect you. But this is why we can't have progress. Cause she's blonde, young, white girl. She probably thinks somebody's just gonna marry her and take care of her and all of those different types of things. You think slavery is just for black people? Do you realize how many women were slaves? How many women didn't have rights of their own bank account and their own money? So is that the case now too? If the whole state just thinks that women like you don't deserve to have a say, don't deserve to have their own money, don't deserve to, then that's okay now? You love to be so tough. Love to be so tough on the outside when it comes to an issue that's going to affect other people until it starts to affect you. They were talking about abortion rights. Do you know how many women who are trying to start families, but they're having septic pregnancies and they're having issues and they actually need abortion care to surgically remove the fetus that has passed away? That is something that can happen to you, my friend. Y'all.
Okay, yes, that recent interview clip of the white woman saying if everybody in a state wanted slavery back, she'd be okay with it. That was insane, okay? That was absolutely crazy. But I feel like when things like this come out, a lot of people will look at someone like her and say, oh my God, she's crazy. I can't believe she said that. That's like one person, like who would think like that? It's like, no. A lot of people feel that way. Maybe wouldn't be so bold as to say it on a public platform, and maybe wouldn't take it to the extreme that she did of the return of actual slavery. But a lot of people have those underlying opinions. That kind of racist indifference is so dangerous because it's not as quickly identified. And when you have indifference to that extent, it is racist. Especially crazy against the backdrop of there being attacks against DEI in this country, right? People don't want to teach slavery in schools. Whole time there are people out here saying they don't mind if it's brought back. Excuse me? People arguing about the validity or the fairness of affirmative action. Meanwhile, the first black child to integrate all white schools is still alive. There was a KKK rally down the street in the town that I grew up in a couple of years ago. Just in broad daylight, walking down the street. I'm like, what? Really, she just said the quiet part out loud. Really, that's like, there's so many people who feel very similarly to her. And sometimes, like, hearing things like this is just a reminder that there are people who really, truly don't care about you and don't care about anyone who just doesn't look like them. And that's just what it is.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead.
Hey, yo. Nah, this can't be real life, bro. She said that with the straightest face. Yeah, I'd be okay with it. You're cooked. Your career is over. There's no way your career should continue after that. You're done. I mean, I guess I give you props for saying it out loud, but I shouldn't even give you props for that because that's weird. Why would you want to bring slavery back? Why would you be okay with that? You said that in 4K and you said it in front of the dean of all people. This is absolutely insane, bro. Lord, she is lucky I can't find her TikTok, bro. Oh my God.
So let me get this straight. Kamala Harris gets asked, if you were president.
You want to bring back slavery. You went on the podcast and said, as long as everyone in Alabama agrees to bring back slavery, you would bring it back. Why would you care if black people were enslaved? So please do not talk to me about anything else.
Wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead.
I just woke up. What the fuck? Who's letting the podcast people out right now? Please stop them. Like, for their own safety. That's insane to say that out loud.
The right to get an abortion back to the state, leading like
I think it should be state by state.
Victims of sexual abuse. Okay, why?
That's fine. I think if everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead. What do I give a
All right. Well, let's go next topic. I'm getting nervous. I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
You understand that that was the same argument that the Confederacy upheld, right? So do you wish that the Confederacy won the war because, according to your worldview, the Union impeded upon the state's ability to legislate?
No, but it's
as
an
they liked?
irrelevant argument.
No, so you're glad that the Union won?
Like, I'm not some, like, psychopath. Like, I live in LA. I'm not some crazy right-wing person.
So now you're saying it's
But if
psychotic to
everyone
say
in the
that
state wants something, sure, let them have it.
you agree with the Confederacy.
No.
But the Articles of the Confederation.
All right,
were
we have to
states'
move
rights.
on. We got limited
Yeah,
time here.
these gotcha moments don't work on me. I'm not a like,
Okay,
it's
Emma,
not
don't
gonna
get don't get upset.
Okay.
Don't get upset.
And
People actually think that slavery do not apply to them or doesn't apply to them because they are not black. They feel like if you're talking about slavery, if slavery comes back, of course they are white, so they get a pass. But then, as the curator spoke, she was like, they forget that it will affect their work. They might not earn enough money anymore because if slavery is back, black people, right, they're going to be doing those jobs for free. That means you don't have money. Sometimes, yeah, I feel like if something is going on in an environment, if it doesn't affect you personally, like directly, a lot of people feel like, I don't have a problem with it because it doesn't affect me directly. But then, if you think about it really deeply, you will see that if it doesn't affect you directly, does not mean it cannot affect you indirectly. I'm not surprised by our response because there are some people, white people, that are actually, racist because some of them are not even happy with the fact that there's no longer slavery. If they can actually bring back that slavery with their power, they will bring it back because we know most of them are racist and they're racist towards black people, towards any other race that is not white. Aside from the fact that slavery might not affect her personally, I feel like with the things that happened during slavery, with the books you've read and the history and everything that you've seen that have happened towards slavery, I don't think a sane person that, love one another will want to bring back slavery, even if everybody wants it. I don't think a sane person should want that to happen. So if they are bringing back slavery, they don't mind because it doesn't affect them directly. I actually went to watch some other parts of their interview, the conversations that they were having, and her response and everything just shows the kind of person that she is. To be honest, she was kind of cocky in that podcast interview. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. So with her response to slavery and to abortion, and it shows how she's not so very intelligent. Anyways, this is a short clip and side share with you all. What is your take on this? Can you share your thought in the comment section respectfully? Check out Mariah Davis, and I'll see you in my next video.